Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Very good. I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully. Anyways, as you might have noticed in between the episodes, I have been slightly busy at our refinery area. What have I been doing? Good question. If you guys remember, we have two distillation towers over here which are taking the oil in and are giving us a few byproducts. One of them is sulfuric heavy fuel, sulfuric light fuel, sulfuric naphtha, and this one is sulfuric gas. We are using the sulfuric heavy fuel and the sulfuric light fuel inside these chemical reactors. We're mixing them with hydrogen so that we will get light fuel and heavy fuel, and then we're mixing them together so that we will get diesel. A lot of diesel. Last episode I spent... Holy! I really need a turret. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, last episode I spent a ridiculous amount of time and resources on making powdered barrel so that I can make compressed plates. So we are starting today's episode by trying to get industrial TNT so that I can make the rest of the machines and tools that I need to go to the moon. So what are we doing over here? We are taking the sulfuric naphtha from the distillation towers, we're putting them inside another chemical reactor up there. Why is it up there? I don't know. I like it. And what we are doing is that we are taking the sulfuric naphtha, we're mixing it with hydrogen so that we will get naphtha, which comes out over here. It's empty, I know. The naphtha goes inside the new multi-block structure that I have just made, which is called the oil cracker. What we are doing over here is that we're mixing it with steam, so that we will get the moderately steamed cracked naphtha. And now that I'm thinking, should I have made the severely steamed cracked naphtha? Because it's just a circuit, it's not really important. I don't know the difference. No, it does not seem to be that different, but we are putting it inside the distillation tower, and we're getting toluene. Here. But one more byproduct that we are getting from this distillation tower is ethylene. I cannot reach it, but trust me, it's over there. We're going to use that toluene in order to make industrial TNT, and I'm not sure how I want to do that. Because this is the easy recipe, you take 100 millibuckets, you get one, and this is the complicated recipe using sugar and tiny pile of polyethylene pulp, but you use only 133 millibuckets and you get 2. So I'm basically trying to decide between something which is fully automated or something which is more efficient and manual work. You feel a lot lighter. Yes, I do. I should land in water. Wait a minute, how far can I jump? Oh, it's gone. Okay. I just wanted to add one more thing. Regardless of what we do with the toluene, either we go with the efficient way of using sugar and polyethylene pulp or we just convert it into gel toluene, this is how we are going to make toluene. Out of naphtha. Because there are far better ways of making toluene and there are far better ways of even making explosives, but both of them require you to run everything on biodiesel rather than diesel. And I really need the diesel. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is a machine called basic fluid heater. You give it water, it gives you steam. So basically in order to make steam, you don't need this stupid setup. Anyhow, the final oil reservoir near our base is over there and we're going to take it. And we're going to use that in order to make industrial TNT for peaceful purposes. Oh, you're done. Ew. I did not think of that. Okay, we are screwed. I really need more oil and I don't know where to get it. Oh, there's one over here. Now that we have night vision, I'm curious to see what's at the bottom. Hey Cubby. There are probably going to be tons of mobs, but we will see. Oh, this is coal. Interesting. So I don't really want to fall down because he has a bow, but this is how it looks like. Nice. We go up. So the other spout in the lake was very small, this one was bigger. We're taking it from here. But later on when I finish the railway network, we should be able to automate it as well. It's just that in the next age, which is EV, and we will get to that after we get to the moon and get titanium and tungsten, we will get access to ore drilling plants, which is a multi-block structure and it's a far better miner. And if we combine that with our railroad and the oil rig, it's going to be awesome. At least that is going to be the plan until such time that we unlock the void miners. Okay, so it has been a while later and I have finally managed to make a teeny tiny bit of industrial TNT. Literally a teeny tiny bit. That's it. It's not a very super complicated automation, it's just that I made it super complicated by trying to hide all the pipes and conduits. I know that you can see the pipes, but that is on purpose, so that you know the mess. Essentially what we are doing is that we are taking the toluene, we're mixing it with sugar and polyethylene so that we get the gelled toluene. We mix it with nitration mixture and that will give us industrial TNT. But I don't have to mention it to you guys, it's incredibly slow. And yes, I have warp. The part where I had to make everything a little bit complicated was the part of making sulfuric acid. So we are getting hydrogen sulfide from these chemical reactors over here, and this pipe carries it to this tank over here. I did not want to make another multi-block chemical reactor in order to just make sulfuric acid, so we're going for a single block. But if you go with a single block, you need cells and not the fluid. So I have a few cells over here, they get filled in, they go inside the chemical reactor, we will get diluted sulfuric acid, the empty cell goes back inside the tank, and it's on a loop. Of course, the diluted sulfuric acid goes inside the distillery, we will get sulfuric acid which goes inside this tank. And again back here we have another loop so that we convert it into cells and put it inside the advanced mixer. I have been checking the recipes, this is the only way of making nitration mixture, so you really need to have the cell. Anyways, we make the nitration mixture, that goes inside the chemical reactor, we will get industrial TNT and diluted sulfuric acid, which I am extracting it and put it back inside the distillery. I also noticed that you can put the outputs from the distillation tower in any site that you want, so we're extracting ethylene from this side. I have not made the automation, but we will do that after we go to the moon. Because the only thing that I want to do at this very moment is just go to the moon and get it done with. So if we want to go to the moon, what do we need? We do not need a spacesuit, we do not need thermal paddings, but we need oxygen. So we need to have one oxygen collector, and I think we also need one oxygen compressor so that we can fill in the tanks, and we also need basically a lot of tanks. And of course we have to make the oxygen mask, and finally the fuel loader. Actually it's not finally the fuel loader, it's finally the launch pad. So this is the list of items that we need. Let us start working. Obviously we need a little bit of tin plates, just a bit, to get started. Thank you, thank you. I think the easiest one to get started with is the fuel loader. So there you go, and that should be a quest. Thank you. How do you work? I mean, I know how it works. How much power do you need? 91 EU. Okay, can I make batteries? Yeah, there is a lead battery, which isn't that bad. So we make some small battery hulls, we convert them into the other battery, and I was not expecting that they don't stack. Circuit number 1, and you're not working. Why? Oh, 6,000. What? That's a lot of lead. Well, it is what it is. We're going to take a few. Maybe not all of them, but a bunch. As much as we can make. Why? Just why? It has been a few minutes and I have been crafting some parts so that this part will go smoothly. So first off, we're going to have the launch pad. It's a 3x3, so we need 9 of them. Then we are going to have one oxygen collector and one oxygen compressor. So the oxygen collector is going to take the oxygen from the atmosphere and the oxygen compressor is going to fill in the tanks. For the helmet itself, I actually cheated and took the helmet from our hazmat suit, but we do have the helmet as well. It's just a long distance. It's over here. But making the scuba helmet is not that difficult, and since I have a little bit of glue left inside the assembler, I think I make a few more. From some of the quest rewards, I did manage to get a parachute, which is green for some reason. I don't know if we need it or not, but we have it. And the rest of the items that we have, we're going to invest in oxygen tanks. I can wait for a little bit more TNT so that we can make more tanks, but 5 is not that bad. But let us see if everything works. So this is the oxygen collector, and this guy is the compressor. We are in the overworld, there's oxygen, so we don't need leaves. But that's not going in there. Do you go here? No. Maybe that is the power. Do you need a conduit? No. Huh. I don't really know. Can I take you from top? No. You know what? There is something called oxygen pipe, and it does connect to this side. Why are you being a jerk? Okay. Now it's connected. And yes, we are getting oxygen inside the tank. Perfect. We need a lot more. Also, I'm not sure what kind of fuel can we use. Set on boosted fuel. The good thing is that from different quests, we did manage to get 26 cells. That should be more than enough for one trip. If nothing has changed, that should be enough for 13 trips, but you know, it's GTNH. You never know. But on a positive note, we can wear our helmet, the parachute, oxygen tank, oxygen gear, and just to make sure that you guys are also happy on the moon and you can hear the noises, here is a frequency module. I hate the quests. You make the machine, and then you need the parts. Okay, we have a decent supply of oxygen, I'm taking some batteries, and now we need to take care of the fuel. If you look at the NEI, it's telling you can also use diesel, but I don't really want to be stuck on the moon. So what we're going to do is that we're going to use set on boosted diesel, just in case. Here is your battery, fill them in. No, I don't really understand GregTech. It's telling you that you can put it in, but it doesn't work. This is a battery, it should work. We will see if we can just use these. Yes, it does work. We just directly put it inside the fuel loader and we should be good. So, rocket goes on top, you're filling it in, that is good. We are going to give you 2 buckets. Making the journey to the moon is going to be super expensive, so we are going to carry every single backpack that we have and also a lot of food. And just in case, a few glowstone torches. We have night vision, but you know, for mobs. I have also just made some cobalt in order to repair our tools. Here is every single backpack that we have, and that should be more than enough. We need to find titanium, we need to get a little bit of moonstone and moon turf so that we can get tungsten, and that's it. That's our mission. The questbook says that the rocket is going to keep its fuel intact, but I don't trust the questbook, so we take the loader. And it's raining. Awesome. I never liked this planet anyways. Let us go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ascending to the heaven. Oh, this is why they say the earth is flat. They play Minecraft. Okay, so this takes a while. So overworld, and we want the moon? How do we find the moon? Yes, click again to zoom. Okay, we go to the moon. Launch. We have finally made it. I'm so excited. Why am I falling down? We slow down, just in case. We don't want to lose the rocket. Oh, we are at Y level 400. Okay, we are close. And we're going to land in a hole. Perfect. With mobs inside. More perfect. Is it nighttime here? Probably. We run. It is nighttime on the moon, but we have night vision so we can see everything. Oh, there are nodes. Where? Okay. I think the safest place at this very moment is to be underground. Yes, this seems to be a nice location. What are you? Iron. Really? On the moon? But we also have some quests. We need dirt, rock, turf. This is rock. This one was dirt. Bastnazite. Aha. Am I looking for it? Yes. Oh, no. You're going to drop a ton of garbage. Yep. I don't have inventory. Also, I have noticed that our oxygen supply is not going to last that long, and since we need to come here often in order to mine and gather resources, I think we should have a base. Oh, and by the way, this is moon rock, we should be able to pulverize it, and that should give us tungsten. Well, not tungsten, but tungstate. Then you need 9 in order to make 1 dust, and you need, I think, 7 dust in order to get 1 tungsten dust. So yeah, we need a lot. But I really also want to find titanium because everything beautiful in this mod pack starts after titanium. I've been saying that a lot, I know. Last one was aluminium. Another question is, do we have enough? No. There is a quest that I have to gather 64 of each of these ores. So yeah, this could take some time. So let me mine a little bit. If I find something of interest or if I find a new vein, I'll bring you in. So we have found a new ore vein and that is supposed to give us better amounts of titanium per bauxite. This is the one. So even if we don't find the third vein that we're looking for, it's still good because we do get titanium. I hope at least we can process it. Also, we are consuming a lot of oxygen, but do not be worried, we're good. What has me worried is that since we are limited on oxygen, is it worth my time mining this? I don't know, maybe we just spend 1 tank on this vein and then move on. So as I said, I just wanted to move on, and there's bauxite. That's the third one that we're looking for. Great. In that case, this is going to be a very successful journey, and we should be back home very soon. So we have everything we need from this stupid moon, we can go back home. I hope. I still have fuel, right? No. You see, I told you should not trust the quest book. But thankfully we have the fuel loader, so we should be fine. Fill it in, come on. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going back to hell. Oh, you can see different galaxies. How? Take me home? That should be the rocket, and we are landing in a nice spot. Okay, we should be fine. Also, I took too much oxygen. You don't need that much. Yes, here is the rocket. Cool, we take you. As usual, the problem is that I have missed something, and yes, you do get the tungstate dust, which you can convert it into the bigger one. The issue is that when you want to electrolyze it, you need 1920 EU per tick, which is EV. So essentially what we need to do is that we need to start getting titanium so that we can make an advanced electrolyzer and then start getting tungsten. Oh, and by the way, if the color of your screen is weird, it's because I think it's a blood moon. Yep. You might also notice that the chances of getting the tungstate dust is garbage. Thankfully, there is an ore for it, but we have to find it on Mars, which is a tier 2 rocket. But titanium itself should not be a problem. I have macerated some bauxite, we're washing the ore, and if we macerate it again, there's a chance of getting rutile, which is essentially titanium. Yeah, we just need another chemical reactor and a lot of chlorine. This is why we need chlorine. Okay. Look at the crazy amount of mobs on top of me. I think one realistic goal for today would be to get a little bit of titanium so that maybe we unlock the EVH. For the moment, I'm just macerating the purified bauxite ore. That will give me purified pile of bauxite, as well as a chance of getting rutile. And that is what we want. But here is the fun part. You can actually centrifuge the bauxite dust, the purified version, and you get a chance of getting a teeny tiny bit of rutile dust. Of course, that purified bauxite dust will be bauxite dust and you can centrifuge it again. No, actually, you can electrolyze it and you will get more rutile. But in order to finish the quest, we only need 16, so we take it. We also need 32 carbon and 1 stack of chlorine cell. After we get to EV, this would be a much easier recipe, but for the moment, I think what we have to do is to use a chemical reactor. 1 rutile, carbon, and chlorine. So here is your chlorine, give me back my chloroform, rutile, carbon. And you start working. Great. After 4.5 billion years, that should give us titanium tetrachloride, which we have to later on put it inside an HV blast furnace with magnesium so that we get hot titanium. And magnesium chloride, what do you do with that? It gives you your chlorine back, a bit. I just took some of the combustion generators that we were not using and I want to try something. Did something explode over here? Where's my creosote oil? Okay. I don't know what happened. Anyways, what I wanted to try over here is that our blast furnace is running at HV because we have 4 MV combustion generators. And I think we should be able to upgrade this guy to EV. It's very good because it's going to run much faster. Or maybe there is going to be a huge explosion. I don't know. But now that it has been overclocked to EV, it should be twice as fast. Also, we have good coils. So is my stupid fluid ready or no? Okay, you're out of fuel. I have fuel. Here, take some fuel. We have 16 buckets, that is good. And that was a quest. And just to double check, everything is connected, that is good. Therefore the fluid goes inside our blast furnace. Circuit number 12 and 32 magnesium. You should work? No? Is it because I broke it? Okay, you do work. Every 20 seconds. Nice. How long was it originally? 40 seconds. That's a good upgrade. And I have to wait for all 16 of them. Okay. I can wait. While this is getting ready, there is something which concerns me a lot. All the machines from the EVH are going to work at 2048 EU per tick, correct? If you look at the combustion generator, we only have 512 and then we have to go to multi-blocks. Also a nuclear reactor from IC2, which requires a lot of titanium, can only generate 8196 EU per tick. So I need 1 nuclear reactor for every 4 machine? But that will get slightly worse, because if we get to IV, I need 1 nuclear reactor for every machine? I don't know, there should be another reactor, but we have to wait for this stupid titanium to be finished so that we unlock the chapter. Someone was asking me, why do you need 2 vacuum freezers? The answer is very simple, it's twice as fast. Cause I imagine from now on everything is going to be a hot metal and we need to cool it down. But that is our 16 titanium and that should be a quest. Yes, I know, titanium finally. And yes, we have unlocked it. EV Machine Hall. Perfect. We are at the EVH. And just to make sure that we are absolutely in the EVH, here is a machine hall. Thank you. Tier 5. Okay, platinum processing. I was going to do that next episode. That is good. Oh, I just used my scuba helmet. Otherwise we could have finished this quest as well. It's okay, I think with that, it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye. I'll fix it. Don't you worry.